Hello everyone, welcome back to our YouTube channel Dairy Pathshala, your one-stop solution for all the subjects related to dairy science and technology। तो पहले तो मैं आप सभी से माफ़ी मांगना चाहूँगा कि हम इतने दिनों बाद कोई वीडियो लेकर आ रहे हैं, क्योंकि हम लोग बिज़ी थे आप लोगों के लिए कुछ ऐसा बनाने को जो आपको हेल्प कर सके। And in this video I would like to tell you all about little bit about BTech Dairy Technology and Dairy Technology as a branch. So I have written some questions regarding to BTech Dairy Technology, and I'll try to answer you all so that it will be beneficial for you for your future, and you can decide it whether to take this branch or not. And in this video I'll try to be speaking both the languages, Hindi and English, so that everyone can understand it. So I would like to start with a brief introduction of myself. So I am Karthik. I am from UP, and I did my bachelor's from College of Dairy Technology, Sri Venkateswara Veterinary University, and I recently passed out. And now I am pursuing my master's from University of Hohenheim in Germany. So let's start with the first question. So what inspired you to choose Dairy Technology as your field of study? So I wanted to study engineering, but not core engineering. So I searched for different types of engineering which are available. So then I came across the food technology and dairy technology. And being a vegetarian, I decided to choose dairy technology. And yeah, it was my choice and not by chance that I took this course. And did you have any specific career goals when you selected these fields? Yes, I did. I wanted to do something in the field of research and development, so that's why I have selected to do my masters or to pursue my masters here in Germany, because I wanted to work in the field of research and development. And what was your overall experience while pursuing BTech in dairy technology? So this can be answered in detail, but I would like to say that it's overall a good experience. It's a very unique branch, dairy technology. It's not available everywhere in our country, India, but and it's kind of a easy also when you compare it to core engineering subject, and it tells you a lot about the Indian dairy and food industry and status of our dairy industry and the dairy industry of the world. So I think it's a very good and unique course, and you can have a great career in this, because I know many of my seniors and I myself and now my juniors also, everyone is doing good in this field, and I have never seen anyone who is unemployed after doing dairy technology. Yes. And then, can you highlight some of the most valuable lessons or skills you learned during this course? So, I would say that I become a more fearless. In school, I used to have stage fear, so that's the thing you will learn in your college life, in your bachelor's life. और दूसरी चीज़ मैं बताना चाहूँगा कि regarding the subject, I gained a lot of subject knowledge. What should I study in dairy technology? What should I prefer? What should be my choices? And of course, the practical skills which are required and necessary to pursue a career in a dairy technology, a professional career. And what challenges did you face during your studies, and how did you overcome them? So my mother tongue is Hindi, and when I went out, I went in a place where that language is not spoken. So that was the first challenge, to learn another language. But I can proudly say that I know the third language, and yes, my English speaking skills also improved a lot. And the second challenge was adjusting with the food, because I used to eat a lot of rotis when I used to live in my home, but now I have to survive with rice and all, and other things are not any problem with me when you talk about studies or anything else, because I found very good friends, and they all are very supportive. All the friends, all the teachers, all the staff at the university. So yeah, only the two challenges: the language and the food. And but language, I cleared that challenge. I know the language now, and hopefully in future I'll be posting videos in Hindi and Telugu also. So, what are the most important topics or subjects in the BTech Dairy Technology course? So, dairy technology as a subject is divided into five different branches. So, one is dairy technology, dairy engineering, dairy chemistry, dairy microbiology, and dairy business management. So, all of these subjects are important. It depends on which subject do you like. So, suppose if you like dairy engineering, so you have to give a lot of time to that subject, and then you can focus less on other subjects. Another factor is the subject which you are strong in and the subject which you are not so strong. For example, if you are not strong in microbiology, you have to focus more on that subject, and then you can give less time on that subject. What are the essential skills students should develop during their BTech program? So one skill I would definitely suggest everyone that develop your communication and presentation skills, no matter which BTech program or which bachelor's program you are doing. Having a good communication skills is a must and should. And the second thing is you should be strong in your subject, whatever subject you are reading, irrespective of dairy technology. If you even if you are doing other core engineering subjects, you have to be strong in your subject, whatever have you read in your bachelor's program. And then how can students balance theoretical and practical learning effectively? So that thing it mainly depends on the university, what practical skills they are providing the students. For example, in my university, the practical thing is very good. We have had practicals continuously each and every week, specifically for dairy microbiology and dairy chemistry. And we had a small pilot plant also in our college so that we can learn the dairy engineering things also, and we had a dairy technology laboratory also. So yes, and practical skills are utmost important because at the end you have to go in the industry, and knowledge is like we have to apply the theoretical knowledge, but at the end you have to apply this knowledge to give them the practical way. We have to tell the people in practicality, and practicality in dairy is totally different from what you had in theoretical. So that's why practical knowledge is important. You have to balance out some or other way. You have to, if the faculty is not providing practical knowledge correctly in your college, you can watch some YouTube videos, or you have to gain that practical skills. There is no other option for that. So, what should student prioritize to secure good placements in the dairy industry? So, again, I would like to stress upon the communication skills and the practical knowledge, because everyone, whether you are a top ranker having grade more than 8.5 or something, or you are a average ranker maybe grade of less than 7, everyone have a subject minimum basic subject knowledge, and they'll ask you about the basic things in the interview. But the main thing is that how you will present yourself in front of the interviewers. So how you will present your knowledge, how much you know, you should present them. You should know how to present yourself. So the communication skills is the first, and the second thing is the practical knowledge, because they can ask you the basic things along with their application. So if you have practical knowledge, then only you can tell the applications of whatever theoretical knowledge if you have. So I would like to stress upon these things. And the third thing is definitely the subject knowledge of the degree which you are studying. So that's the basic things. In dairy technology, since there is very less competition, and there are a lot of jobs available, so people will not ask you about tough questions. And in the placements also, there are not like 4 to 5 rounds of placement. There will be only a one technical round, so there you have to write some quiz or attempt some quiz, and then direct interview will be there. So it's not very tough. So I would like to stress upon these three things again. One is the communication skills, that is must and should. Second thing is the practical knowledge, and third thing is the subject knowledge. And then, can you recommend any internships or projects that could give students an edge during placement? So, in dairy technology, we have internship which is inbuilt in the course. So, to pass this course, dairy technology, we have to do an internship that is mandatory. So, that will be like common among all students. If you want to be become extraordinary among all the students, you have to do some research work. For example, I did research work continuously for 2 years in my third year and in my fourth year. I presented posters in the National Dairy Conference, which is hosted by Indian Dairy Association, back in my third year in Gujarat, and recently in my fourth year, that was in Hyderabad. So yes, these things may help you, but definitely what I've told you in the last part, that the three things like communication skills, practical knowledge, and the subject knowledge will be the key things to secure you a good placement.